Welcome to the HackCollege podcast. The HackCollege podcast is a supplement to HackCollege.com, a life hacking blog for college students and by college students also.
This is episode 27.
I didn't say the work thing. Work smarter, not harder.
This is episode 27.
27. This is one of our little mini episodes.
Yes.
Right now, I am not here. I am in Prague.
And right now, I am also not in Los Angeles. I am in San Francisco by myself.
So this is
actually,
weird.
no, I'll be moving in to my new place on San Francisco.
Like right now,
Yeah,
as
right
you
now.
watch this.
Probably.
So we're pre-recording these, and
Yes.
this will be the next couple. They're just going to be short and sweet, and we'll just catch up with you again in like several weeks.
Yeah, I was trying to think of like a catchy name for these, like summer sessions. Like, what do they call like classes?
Summer sessions is pretty
summer
good.
sessions.
Yeah.
So these are just
Oh, that's
Hack
cool.
College summer sessions.
That's really good. Okay. Plus,
Yeah.
like over the summer, you probably don't want to like deal with stupid life hacking crap.
Yes. Yes.
But I think we have some things that will particularly apply to your summer that you'll enjoy. Okay. This one is not one of them. Okay. Which is the 2-minute rule, which is a GTD thing.
Yeah.
But maybe if you're trying to be productive over the course of the thing,
Some people
you'd
are.
want to know this 2-minute rule, which I read in the book, obviously, and then I kind of gradually misunderstood, and I'm at this point, and I know that Kelly's at this point too with it,
Okay.
that I think is mistaken, okay? The 2-minute rule is essentially that, like, if a task takes less than 2 minutes, or you think that it's going to take less than 2 minutes to do it, then you should just do it right then, so then it's one less thing you have to worry about, okay? But that's out of context, because in the GTD book, the conditions under which you do the 2-minute rule are when you're going through your inbox.
When you're reviewing stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
So what's interesting about that is that you've got like the one time of your day when you're going through your list of like things to do, kind of, which is what your inbox sort of is. That's like the one time in your day when you actually have like this succession of things and a 30-minute time blocked out just for going through that succession of things. It's like going through your to-dos and planning out how you're going to tackle them. And then if you get to something that takes 2 minutes, you just do it then, and then you come back to the list, okay? Whereas, if I'm working on a homework paper or something like that, and then I think, fuck, I need to email Kelly, and I know it's going to take less than 2 minutes, then that fucks up my whole workflow if I just start
Oh, yeah, that does.
working on something that takes less than 2 minutes. Like, I completely lose the paper. And most of the time for me, I actually forget that I was working on the paper by the time I'm done emailing Kelly.
Yeah.
And so then I come back to, like, I pull up Facebook or some other stupid thing. Clusterfuck.
I can completely sympathize with that, especially since like starting to do like the 2-minute thing, because this is ridiculous. While I'm in the middle of a 2-minute task, I'll get distracted and be like, "Oh, I got to do that," and then so I'll
Yes,
go
you'll get
start
another
doing that,
2-minute
and it's just
task
like-
or something. Yeah, and they just start bubbling up.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, when you're going through your inbox, it's like you do the 2-minute task and then you just go to the next thing. And if you did
Yeah.
come up with something else, you'd put it back in your inbox, so you'd get to it eventually.
Yeah.
So
So,
anyway, you know,
don't let the 2-minute
'cause
rule fuck you over.
Yeah, we've like, I guess, I think we've probably mispresented the 2-minute rule
Yeah.
on the podcast then, because we kind of said it in a way that you could just do it anywhere.
Yeah. All right. Shall we
So
move
I'm
on?
like totally taking control of this episode.
No, it's good.
But here we go. Here's the other thing. By now, I should have posted this fucking post about getting into establishments when you're under 21, and perhaps drinking. I don't know. You know, like, you could use the stuff to do that, but I'm not recommending it or anything like
I
that.
mean, I will be 21 at this point, and
Yeah.
I will no longer be drinking Pepsi on the podcast, probably.
So we've outgrown these
Yeah,
methods.
we've outgrown.
But like, I
these
want to
methods.
leave them behind.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
So the one thing that I think is really kind of cool, actually, is this like fake wristband idea. Okay. So I have to share with everyone my fake wristbands. Okay. Here they are. Okay. Which I'll probably snap a photo of and put them in the post or something like that. But here they are in action. And so they are not wristbands. They're just probably, that's like 1 inch wide.
Yeah.
3/4 of an inch wide or something.
Yeah.
And it's just
Paper tape.
paper tape that's colored in neon colors, and I have all sorts of different colors, okay? So the basic idea is that you plan on going to a club or whatever, and this has worked countless times when I was a freshman. I didn't really go to clubs really when I was a sophomore, so like I didn't do this as much. But I would take the rolls of tape and I would take a strip of each kind that's long enough to wrap around my wrist, and then I would put it on the inside of my shirt, stick it like, because it's tape. Yeah. Okay. So then, like, when the guy, like, pats you down, he doesn't see, like, a roll of wristband in your pocket. Like, then that'd fuck it up, wouldn't it? So, so I've got every color covered, you know, basically, with this. Yeah. Now, this was back in 2005 then I did it. And I don't know if this would still work, because I've noticed that wristbands have gotten more elaborate and stuff like that to kind of combat this kind of thing. But for the most part, the wristband is just like a, what would you call it? It's sort of like a procedure that they go through just to prove that they're keeping minors from drinking. Yes. So they don't go to too much trouble usually.
Exactly. In fact, they might even buy you a drink if they see that you made a wristband out of paper tape. Probably not.
But like, you know, this is a lot of colors. Yeah. But like, you know, there were times when I remember I went to a club and for some reason I ended up using the orange instead of the pink. Yeah. For my wristband, and no one was the wiser at all. You know, because like when you're in a dark club with weird lights and shit going on, like they can't really tell the difference. I mean, and they're just kind of like glancing at your wrist, you know.
Yeah, well, and also something to keep in mind is that you might have actually had like the VIP color of the night or something like that.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is that I could get into like VIP sections and stuff like that, because I just figured out, which like VIP sections, particularly at like a college club, are not impressive really, because nobody is willing to pay up for VIP status usually. Yeah. So it's usually just, you know, there's like 5 people there. Yeah. And the people that do pay up for VIP status are like, you know, they like get it like bottle service and shit, and you know, so they've got like a group of people, and it's like, what am I gonna do? Go sit down with those people and like,
bottle service. Well, that sounds. What other methods do you have?
The other ones are kind of this one's still kind of cheap. They're all like cheap, but they're all just little.
Sneeze. Keep going.
Okay.
Okay. Lost it.
Something that I've heard people do before, and I've never done before myself, because this has always been pretty good, is to take a black Sharpie marker with you and just draw whatever the stamp thing would be on your hand. That's pretty good. Which can work for like other things, you know, like, because, you know, they have this customized stamp that they think that, you know, like if it's like a little like circle with it and it gets smudged anyway, you just like can draw it vaguely, like kind of rub it or whatever, you know, and that works.
None the wiser.
Yeah, I can't remember all the other ones that I got on there, but there's probably only like one more or something. So
cool. All right, well that was the end of
yeah, your bag's like right there somewhere.
That was the end of summer session 1, I believe.
Summer session 1.
Yeah. So I guess we'll see you next week.